Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's session, my dear student, we are going to start with chapter number 11. Okay, and the name of this chapter is Grassroots Democracy, Part 2. See, this chapter is all about our democracy. Okay, so first part we have discussed in chapter number 10. Okay, in that part, my dear student, we have seen the government at our national level and state level. Now in this chapter, my dear student, we are going to see the local governments which is present in our rural India. Okay, so before starting this chapter, again we are going to read quote given by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, the real India lives in its villages. Okay, so in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, he says that the real India, if you want to see the real India, then must go to village, because the real India lives in villages, not in urban areas. Okay, so come with me and let's see that chapter. Now see, my dear student, let's now look at the government works at the grassroots level. Okay, so in this chapter, my dear student, you are going to see how government works at the grassroots level. Okay, how the government works means how government used to work in village level. Okay, in this chapter we are going to see it. You all know, my dear student, India is a very huge and diversified nation. In India, near about 6 lakh villages are present. Okay, and 8,000 town is present, and more than 4,000 cities is present. So you can understand, my dear student, how much huge country India is. Okay, our population has surpassed 1.4 million, and nearly two-thirds of the people of India used to live in rural areas. Okay, how does such a complex society manage its government? So you can see, if 6 lakh village, okay, 8,000 towns and more than 4,000 cities present in India, then how it is important means how then it become how much complex, okay, that to maintain this government. Okay, let's visit Lakshmanpur, a small village located at the base of Himalaya. Here we are taking the example of a small village which is located at the base of Himalayan mountains, named as Lakshmanpur. Okay, in this village, my dear student, there are 200 houses, and the population of near about 700 people live, and most of them are farmers. Village, if I'm talking about a village, it means I'm talking about agriculture. Okay, they used to grow crop on their land, and they used to rear cattle or goats. Even some family members are also involved in Indian army. Okay, a few younger villagers have migrated to the city in search of work. Okay, now what are the main needs of this village? Okay, so after discussing all these things about Lakshmanpur village, can you say what are the main needs of this village? Why people started migrating? See, it could be the water for the crops. It is the important point why which they need. Okay, repairing the main road that was damaged by heavy rains, or maintaining the village primary school. How will the people of this village see? So for overcoming all this problem, how village is going to make decision, because these all are very important topic. Now what they need, here comes the importance of your local government. Okay, now see, here comes the role of panchayat. See, at national level we call that union government. Okay, at a state level we called it as a state government. Now local government, at local level it is called as your panchayat. Okay, so here comes the concept of panchayat. See, what is the meaning of panchayat? Panchayat is a combination of two words, panch plus ayat. Panch means five. Okay, so panchayat is a body of five men. You all know, my dear student, panchayat is the body of five men. Okay, and this is the lowest unit of local self government in any village area. Okay, all the members are the resident of that local area. Therefore, it forms the local form of the government. Okay, see, the panchayat system comes under the gram panchayat, which is present at the village level. Panchayat system is the body of gram panchayat. Okay, the panchayat samiti or block samiti at the block level. See, panchayat system is the body part of the gram panchayat, and gram panchayat is the part of your panchayat samiti or block samiti. Okay, and a jila parishad and the district level. Okay, so in this way you can see how many types of government run under local level. Okay, The panchayats are constituted in accordance with the Act of the Parliament passed in 1992. See, panchayats are formed on the rules set by our constitution, which is passed by our parliament in 1992. Okay, the Constitution Amendment Act formulated rules for Panchayati Raj system. Our constitution formed the rules and regulations for the Panchayati Raj system, which is mandatory to be followed by all the states and all the union territories. Okay, so when in 1992 these rules are formed, so from April 1993 it was formulated throughout the country India. Now according to this rule, what type of rules panchayat system has to follow? Let's see. See, the panchayati raj system, see, the panchayati, it is mandatory, okay, it is mandatory that panchayati raj system has work in a three-tier system. Means it is mandatory that panchayat raj system worked on the three level. Okay, three level works at the village level, block level, and the district level. Okay, and there should be a direct election. Okay, no indirect mode of election is used. There will be a direct election for the seat of the panchayat. Okay, and these seats are reserved for a scheduled caste and scheduled tribe also. Okay, one third seat is reserved in panchayat election. One third seats are reserved for the women's. Okay, the tenure and the term for how many years panchayat system is panchayat raj is formed for 5 years. Okay, and the members who are elected as the panchayat members, their age, minimum age is 21. Okay, and the state should hold panchayat elections regularly. Okay, now who looks the elections conducted by panchayat level? State government. Okay, so till now what we have learned, my dear student, you can see the government is formed at the local level is called a local self government. Okay, and for the smooth conduction of the function of this local government, local government works at a three level: your village level, block level, and district level. The term panchayat means punches or punch, punches or five. Okay, five means five punches are elected here. Okay, Panchayati Raj system is a very old system. It is not a new concept. It is a very old system. Okay, and Panchayat is the lowest unit in the self-governing body. In 1958, the Panchayati Raj system was organized at the three level in rural India. Okay. Now, my dear student, we are going to see the panchayat system at the village level. Okay, at the village level. Okay, so at village level, the panchayat system is consist of the three main bodies: the Gram Sabha, the Gram Panchayat, and Nyay Panchayat. Again, you can see, my dear student, Gram Sabha means your legislative body, Gram Panchayat means your executive body, and Nyay Panchayat means your judiciary body. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of Gram Sabha? Let's see. Gram Sabha consists of all the adult member. Okay. Now see. Gram Sabha consists of all the adult members who attained the 18 years of age. Okay, they meet for at least twice a year. Okay, the meeting of Gram Sabha held at least two times in a year. Okay, so the representative of your Gram Panchayat, okay, who will elect the representative of Gram Sabha? It is elected by sorry. Now, who will elect the representative of Gram Panchayat? Okay, so all the representatives of Gram Panchayat is elected by your Gram Sabha. Okay, and they are responsible for discussing the major problems of the village and pass the annual budget. Okay, it involves all the villagers. Now, when Gram Sabha held in twice a year, it includes the participation of all the village people. Okay, and if the village people are not satisfied with the performance of any Gram Sabha member, then they can remove that Gram Panchayat member with the help of no confidence motion. Now we are going to see Gram Panchayat. What is the meaning of Gram Panchayat? The Gram Panchayat is the, you all know, my dear student, the Gram Panchayat is a local self-government institution in our rural India. Okay, it is, see, Gram Panchayat is 100% responsible for making the decisions on the village level. Decisions like water supply, road maintenance, or any type of problem occur in village area. Okay, the member of the Gram Sabha elect the member of the Gram Panchayat. We already discussed this, that Gram Panchayat members are elected by Gram Sabha for the tenure of 5 years. Okay, there are 7 to 25 members in the Gram Panchayat. Okay, so how many members are present in Gram Panchayat? Minimum 7, maximum 25. Okay, depending upon the population of the village. Depending upon the population of the village. It is the very important point. Okay, seats are reserved for women, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribes. Now, Sarpanch. Who is Sarpanch? See, the member of the village panchayat, Okay, so the members of the village panchayat elect one member as the representative, okay, or their head. Okay, he is known as the mukhia, pradhan or sarpanch. Okay, he is known as the mukhia, sarpanch or pradhan in the village level. Okay, now it is the duty of that pradhan, sarpanch or mukhia to call and preside over the meetings of gram panchayat. Okay, now here they sign important documents and coordinate with the active day-to-day activities of the panchayat. Now my dear student, what are the sources of income of the gram panchayat? See, they they take taxes on houses, shops and fairs. Okay, they register, okay, they conduct free registration for sale and purchase of the cattle, land or any other property. Okay, and they also get income by selling the property owned by the community, and also state government help financially to this gram panchayats. Now what is the meaning of nyay panchayat? Okay, here you can see. See, every village has a local court. Every village has a local court called as your Nyay Panchayat. Okay, the Gram Panchayat elects. So the Gram Panchayat is again responsible for selecting the members for Nyay Panchayat. Okay, the member of the Gram Panchayat is not allowed. See, if the member is already associated with Gram Panchayat, then he or she is not allowed to be the part of Nyay Panchayat at the same time. At the same time means he or she cannot be the part of both gram panchayat and nyay panchayat. Okay, the purpose, now what is the purpose of nyay panchayat? The purpose of your nyay panchayat, as the name suggests, doing nyay by settling the major and minor disputes. Okay, they can also hear only petty and civil criminal cases also. Okay, okay, they can impose fine and they can give punishment also. Okay, but they can't grant jail punishment. Okay, if a person feels that he is not received justice, he can appeal to the high court. Okay, sorry, he can appeal to the district court, then go to high court, then to Supreme Court of India. Now the block level. Okay, at block, what is the meaning of block level? Let's see. The panchayat at the block level is known as block samiti. Block samiti means, my dear student, the panchayat at the block level known as your block samiti. The block samitis are known, the block samitis are known as a different names throughout the country India. Like in somewhere it is known as your khand samiti, in some portion of India it is known as your prakhand samiti, some areas it is known as a kshetra samiti, and somewhere it is known as your panchayat samiti. But you know what, however all the functions all remains same throughout the state or the another state. Okay, now here you can see, my dear student, the major functions of the village panchayat. Okay, now what are the essential or compulsory functions performed by village panchayat, and on the other hand the optional or voluntary functions performed by village panchayat. Okay, so what are the essential functions village panchayat has to do? Like to see construction, maintenance or repair work. Okay, providing irrigation facilities, planting tree, cleaning the streets. Okay, running primary school, looking the public sanitation and health. Okay, attending the complaints against village officers like the patwari or lekpal, police constable. So all these are your essential and compulsory functions performed by village panchayat. Now what are the optional or voluntary functions? Here you can see the management of hospitals, maternity centers and veterinary hospitals, supplying good quality seeds and fertilizers. Okay, holding a village fair and village sports, organizing recreational entertainment program, maintaining record of birth and death in the village. Okay, opening and maintaining public libraries, parks and gardens, maintaining accounts of income and expenditure. See, all these are the optional work. Okay, they are not 100% responsible for performing these activities. Now we are going to see, my dear student, block samiti. What is the meaning of block samiti? See, members of the block samiti are, see, members of the block samitis are elected indirectly. Okay, they don't elected by the direct method. Okay, the pradhan and the punches of the village panchayats within the block elect the representative to the block samiti. So if block samiti member are elected indirectly, then who appoint them? Okay, pradhan and punch of the pradhan and punches of the village represent their elect their representative to block samiti. Okay, so apart from this person, many other person are also present in the block samiti, like the chairperson of all the gram panchayat. Okay, the member of your state legislature like vidhan sabha and vidhan parishad. Okay, and the member of parliament, lok sabha and rajya sabha, they all are the part of your block samiti. In block samiti, my dear student, also you can see that 2 women member and the 4 members of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. It is mandatory the presence of two, at least 2 women and 4 members each from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in block samiti. Okay. So here you can see, my dear student, the name of block samitis in different states. Here you can see the state name is given and the samiti name is given. In Uttar Pradesh, it is known as your Kshetra Samiti. In Bihar, Panchayat Samiti. Similarly, in Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh, it is also known as your Panchayat Samiti. In West Bengal, it is known as your Anchalik Parishad. In Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, it is known as your Janpad Panchayat. Karnataka, Taluka Panchayat, and Gujarat, Taluka Panchayat. So you can see how different names are given to this block samitis in different states. Other barriers, okay, now other bearers. So the member of the block samiti, the members who form the part of block samiti, they can elect a chairperson known as a block pramukh. Okay, he presides over the meeting, and now this block pramukh is responsible for holding all the meetings of block samiti and taking care of daily workings. Okay, now, what are the main functions of this block samitis, my dear student? We are going to see what are the main function of this block samitis. So here we are going to see the main function of this block samiti is to make a plan for the development of their whole block area. Okay, and for this they are going to take advice from the experts from different fields like the experts from the agriculture, animal husbandry, veterinary, etc. And apart from them, the other functions which performed by block samiti is like educational experts set up new schools for primary and education. Okay, they are also responsible for consulting agricultural experts. And why they're responsible for for contacting agricultural experts? For the distribution of variety of seeds, fertilizers, and agricultural implements. Okay, now it is also the function of the block samiti to take the help of the experts in the healthcare field, and they are also responsible for visiting frequently villages and give people useful information. Okay, now what are the sources of income of block samitis? Here you can see again the taxes, the house tax, the shop tax, and the cattle tax. These are the main sources of income of block samiti. Okay, they also get income from the lease. Okay, charges for providing, they also take charges for providing water and electricity at the block samiti level. Okay, and even they also get money from state government. Okay, so in this way, my dear student, we have seen the block level. Now we are going to see the Jila Parishad. Where what is the meaning of Jila Parishad? Here we are going to see. See, Jila Parishad is the body of the apex of the Panchayati Raj system. Okay, see, Jila Parishad is the body of a Panchayat Raj system at the district level. Okay, Jila Parishad is responsible for linking state government and the block samiti. Okay, see, state government and block samiti are interlinked with the help of this Jila Parishad. Okay, officers like your district collector, the superintendent of police, and the district judge functions from district headquarters. Okay, the composition of Jila Parishad is somewhere similar to the composition of block samiti. Okay, so the members who present in the Jila Parishad are similarly with the members present in the block samiti. Okay, so we are going to see how many members are present in your Jila Parishad. Okay, so here you can see the member. The first member present here is your block pramukh. Okay, a block samiti. Okay, the block pramukh of the block samiti is the first part of your Jila Parishad. Okay, and the second part is a member of a state legislature, maybe the member from the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, and again from the MPs, member of parliament from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Women and members from scheduled caste or scheduled tribe are also participate in it. Okay, so the president presides over the meeting of Jila Parishad and decisions are taken by the majority votes. Okay, now who is responsible for holding Jila Parishad meetings? Our president. Okay, and it is and here the decisions are taken by the voting system. Okay, so the officer at the rank of district magistrate is appointed by the state government as a chief executive officer of the Jila Parishad. Okay, so the DM of any state. Okay, so the DM of any area who is appointed by the state government as the chief executive officer of this Jila Parishad. Okay, and this DM is responsible for taking all the necessary steps for the development of Jila Parishad. Okay, now functions, what type of functions this Jila Parishad has to perform. Here you can see the main function of the Jila Parishad is to support, okay, the main function of the Jila Parishad is to support the village panchayat and the block samitis, and also to help to maintain a coordinating relation or a helping relation between them, okay. It also informs, means Jila Parishad is also responsible for informing state government for the work done by your gram panchayat and block samitis. And apart from all them, few major works are also performed by Jila Parishad, like to supervise the implementation of the project, okay, to overlook the projects for the under 5 years, okay. Now they are also responsible for examine and approving the budgets at the block samiti level, okay. So to prepare for the preparation, to prepare the plan for the development of the whole block district, okay. They are also responsible for distributing government funds among the block samitis. They are also responsible to finding the ways through which they can increase their agricultural production, okay, to improve the sanitation and to construct good roads in villages. So all these are functions of our Jila Parishad. Now what are the sources of income of Jila Parishad? Here you can see the funds collected by the levying taxes. Again, the taxes are the major sources for their income, okay. Grants received from the state government, okay. Rents received from the shops and houses owned by the Jila Parishad, okay. So all these are the sources of income through which Jila Parishad can get income, okay. So this is all for our today's session, my dear student. See, the next part, the state government and the Panchayati Raj system, we are going to discuss in our next class. Okay. Now, my dear student, I'm going to take leave and going to meet with you in my next class. Till then, my dear student, take very good care of yourself. Bye.